Reactions have continued to trail the release of the academic records of President Bola Tinubu by the Chicago State University to his political opponent, Atiku Abubakar, on the orders of a United States court. Now, the university released the documents on Monday to Atiku's legal team, sparking widespread polarizing debate across Nigeria and indeed on the international scene. Now, join us to unpack and shed light on the controversy around this development is Daily Trust online editor, Taiwo George. Mr. Taiwo, thank you very much for hanging on. I appreciate you very much for joining us on the news. First and foremost, I'd like to get your initial thoughts. I mean, this merry-go-round on the certificate saga has taken yet another interesting turn. What are your takeaways from the recently released documents?
All right. Thank you for having me. I'd like to say clearly that it's very embarrassing that the nation's leader, the number one citizen, is involved in such an issue. And for a long time, people have been wondering that what's happening with the certificate of the president, Bola Tinubu, because he made all attempts to, withhold it from the public, right from the days as a governor of Lagos, the governor of Lagos State, up until he contested for the number one seat in the land. So it is very embarrassing, and the findings are shocking, although the ruling party and supporters of the president are trying to hide a lot, but it's very embarrassing about the consistencies found in the documents that were released yesterday. So
let's talk about those discrepancies, because like you rightly pointed out, both sides, the two sides involved in this legal battle, the pro-APC, pro-Tinubu group, as well as the pro-Atiku or other political opponents of the president, everyone seems to be celebrating. So two sides to the same coin. Let me get your thoughts, your professional views on what the discrepancies are and what the explanations for those discrepancies are from both sides.
Okay, so Atiku Abubakar, the PDP presidential candidate, sought four key things. He asked for the example of the diploma certificate of Chicago State University. He asked for the specific one that was given to Bola Tinubu, alongside some other documents to establish the allegation of forgery. And when those documents were released, it was found that one of the major discrepancies on it is the fact that President Bola Tinubu claimed to have graduated from Government College Lagos in 1970, whereas the school was established in 1974, meaning that the president graduated 4 years before the school was established. I don't know where that is possible on planet. Then secondly, there were issues, or there was an issue with the gender. As a matter of fact, there have been speculations that maybe he didn't attend the school, but it was established they attended the school. And then on the issue of the gender, that happened with Southwest College, because Tinubu left Nigeria in the 70s, and he went to the US. Then he went to Southwest College before going to Chicago State University. And it was at Southwest College that the issue of whether a male or female occurred, and they attributed it to clerical errors. Then again, the examples of the certificate...
Mr. Taiwo, just to hold you there, I mean, with regards to the Southwest College, when he was getting that admission, it is also very clear that the university used Mr. Tinubu instead of a Miss, isn't it?
Yes. So, but again, don't forget that aside from the gender, the social security number, there were inconsistencies. So if you attribute the gender to Mr. Tinubu, whether you say we should overlook the error, the clerical error, but what about the social security number? So there's just a lot. And again, whether Chicago State University released this document or not, the question is what has the president been hiding? For example, in 1999, he filled some INEC forms and he put his credentials there, which happened to, cause a lot of controversy. Even the late Jennifer, a human rights lawyer, raised alarm over it. But in 2003, the president felt not applicable when he was contested for the second time as the governor of Lagos State. Not applicable. When he was run for the office of the president, he also did not release his documents.
Right.
So these are the reasons why people were curious and wondering that what is it that he's really hiding.
Okay. At best, it's safe to say that all of this information is still inconclusive at this moment with regards to a convincing argument about whether there was forgery or these discrepancies are, like the college says, is just inconsistencies. But also there are people online, and as you can imagine, across the country, accusing even the Chicago State University of some sort of cover-up. You have the registrar of the university basically on the oath saying that President Tinubu did graduate from the university. And we do know that if he is found to have lied under oath, it is punishable by a minimum of at least 10 years in the United States. So what do you make of that accusation? I mean, clearly they don't have a dog in the fight. The Chicago State University doesn't have a dog in the fight with regards to the litigation here in Nigeria. So is it not safe to say that since the university is very conclusive that the president attended the university, that this case is closed?
Okay. So I do not find it, I do not disbelieve the fact that he attended university. But I think there are other issues that when you're making inquiries about the university, in the course of finding out a lot of things that he doesn't want to be exposed would be out there. For instance, the issue of Government College Lagos, 1970 and 1974. And again, another important issue is the date of birth. We have different years, a difference of 2 years, in the same set of forms. So the president, in my view, I do not think he didn't attend the school. I think Chicago University has a lot to lose in defending or by saying he attended when he did not attend. Don't forget that we've seen photo books, yearbooks of his college mates, and those who said the school with him. I think just last month, one of them was on air on a Nigerian station, saying that he was his classmate. So I dispute that fact. But I think before getting admission, there's a whole lot. There are controversies that they are trying to hide from the public. I think the problem is not about attending the school, but the controversies surrounding it.
All right. The chapter and verse of this conversation is to try to establish whether there was forgery or not. And unfortunately, even with the release of these new documents, it is still very unclear as to what really happened. But for now, we're going to have to leave it here. Mr. Taiwo, thank you very much for sparing the time and for talking to us about this development. I appreciate you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.